have already been on. We'll see. We'll have to see if our sound works. Whoops.
Oh, Kelly.
Here. Oh, I lost my microphone. Can you hold that for a second, Janice? I lost my microphone, but let me turn it on. That'll help. All right. Thank you. Well, if you read the description, you saw it is a Janet Day today. And that is pretty darn exciting. And there's Janet. She's here at Memory Bound at our store in Iowa. I'm Kelly, and Janet and I are going to be doing the video this morning, and we are launching a new card kit.
We are.
Janet's
I'm pretty
latest
excited.
card kit, and it is amazing. These were exactly the colors and things that Janet loves.
I had so much fun, Kelly, with this particular set of products.
Well, and if you combine Janet and 49 and Market, it is a winner for sure.
Gosh, it was super fun. I will tell you that.
So we've got that we're going to show you. The kit is available. It's online. It's got some add-ons if you're interested. And then we got a few other things to tell you about over here. So let's do that while people are getting on board with us. And the first thing we want to show is this box, Janet, because here's our Vanna. It's like Vanet. Okay, there's a really goes on. Okay, sorry everybody, I hit a button. There's a really cool thing that goes on here in Ankeny with one of the churches puts on, and it's for single moms, and it is, I think it's coming up the beginning of May. Let me get my notes. It's April 29th. So what they do is single moms can sign up for this. It's like 120 moms. They drive up to the church. They have valets that take their cars, and the valets go and they clean their cars and things for them while they're at this event. And they have like a service, and they have brunch. They have daycare for their children, and the moms get pampered. There's people there that are doing haircuts and massages and facials. And then they set up a boutique for all these wonderful moms that are on their own. There's a boutique set up where they can go in and pick out whatever they want. There's jewelry, clothes, accessories, and we are taking donations for the boutique. So if you're local and you've got some things in good condition, clothes, jewelry, they'll even take personal items, anything that you think might help a single mom who's trying to make it on her own, then bring them into Memory Bound. We're collecting them in this big, beautiful box, and hopefully we'll be emptying it multiple times. And then the moms can go in, and it's like a boutique. Janet, they say it's set up just like a store. They say it's like walking, down a little boutique-y area, maybe Saks Fifth Avenue or whatever it might be, but it's all merchandised with props and everything. So it's like going to a store.
That's wonderful.
So they're asking for clothing, jewelry, shoes, purses, accessories, or personal items. And if it's a personal item, it has to be new. So
I've contributed to it before, Kelly, and it's a great feeling. So,
oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
So just go through. This is a great time to go through your closet and see what you're not using that could maybe be used for someone else.
And you know what? I'm going to do that too, because I've got a lot of things that I think I'm going to lose 30 pounds and be able to wear again. So I'm definitely going to be bringing some things in. So if you're local, it's a wonderful cause. They've been doing it like for 5 years. It's been 125 moms, and they do have a waiting list.
Wow.
So if you if they have extra things after the moms go through, then it's open in the afternoon for other moms that are on the waiting list to come in, and I'm going to call it shop, but it is all free. So it's all free for those moms,
really wonderful.
which is really nice. And then Janet, we have an Easter card that came and that I want to show from Sharon. And Sunday's Easter, as you know, and we are closed. Look at that. Isn't that cute?
How cute is that?
I love that fold.
I love that. What an adorable card.
And it's got a little basket filled with eggs, and we sure appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
Super cute. And I love how she die cut around her sentiment on the inside. That's
I know,
a really
isn't
fun
that
idea.
neat?
And it's all concealed underneath this front panel. Very, very pretty.
Yeah, I think it's
Love
great.
it.
Sharon, thank you. And a reminder that we're closed on Sunday, but we are open tomorrow on Good Friday. So it will be definitely a Good Friday if you can come into Memory Bound. So we'll be here tomorrow. And We had 2 Easter kits that are still available. They're up on the front counter.
Okay.
So we're going to take a little stroll because I forgot to bring them back. They're up
Sounds
here
good.
by on the counter by number 3. So if you are thinking Easter, or maybe you want an Easter project to do, something fun, we have a coaster kit right here. And Janet's going to tell us how much that is.
Gosh, that is $9.99. And how adorable
cute?
is this? I think Diane and you outdid yourselves with this. This
Yeah.
is just adorable.
That's a nice. We actually brought in more because they sold out.
Yeah.
And we didn't want anyone to miss out, so we have that kit, and then we do have our Pink and Main Easter card kit that everyone's been loving. We have sold a lot of those, and we have a few left.
And those are just $14.99.
For 8 cards.
They make a ton of cards.
Oh, they do, and they're all the die cuts, the gems, everything
So
is
cute.
in there. So,
Yeah.
a couple little Easter projects for this
perfect.
weekend.
Perfect.
And then Janet, I think we're ready for
We're ready to roll?
our
All
Janet
right.
Day.
Very good.
So we're going to head back to the classroom. We'll go down Distress Alley here. So you can see that we do carry all of the Tim Holtz colors. Oxides and Distress and Minis. Oh, Janet, I'm sorry. We forgot one thing. We forgot these.
Okay.
All right, we got one more. Hold off for Janet just a little bit longer.
Alrighty.
They're saying they like those Easter cards. Elena made them and said they were adorable.
Very, very good.
Well, when I was at market last weekend, I got to take a class with Els from Elizabeth Crafts Designs, and I just could listen to her all day with her accent. It's so fun. So I made 4 different cards, and well, let's show the flower one first. This is the one I'm showing it first. It's got the new flower dies that I don't see them here.
Here we
there
go.
they are.
Here we go.
They're hiding. These are the new dies, and what was kind of cool about doing this, if I could do it again, I probably would use a calmer background, but we got what we got. But these flowers were all just cut out of white paper, and then we colored them with Distress ink and Copic markers.
I love that.
So you just die cut them once, and they're nice and big.
They are. They're bigger than the packaging
They are.
would show.
And I don't know what that's called.
This
Janet.
is called stemmed flowers, and they're $18.99.
So that's a pretty good deal. You're going to get all 4 flowers, and
Very
you know it's
nice.
National Garden Month. We're doing a lot with flowers here.
Absolutely. And it looks like you also use the sentiment.
Yeah,
for
the
this.
everyday words. So you get the words and the background for
Wow,
$22.99.
there's a lot of dies there.
They had word dies at the beginning of the pandemic, and we sold so many of those. And now we've got new word dies.
Those are great because they have both the word and the shadow. And I see that you used both, but you could
We
use
did.
just the word if you wanted to.
Then the other
Very
card we
nice.
made had a flower, a large flower on it, and that is also a new die, and also the flourish. So the large die is called Playful Flowers,
Sure.
and it's got the 3 different flowers, and then they combine the flourish. Oh, look at that! Look at the back of that, Janet.
Wow.
I love it. That's $22.99, and then the flourish, you could use your flourish these with anything, and that's $14.99. And honestly, I would not have thought of combining it with the flower.
You know, that black with the craft and the gold is really striking, Kelly. I just love that. And daily happiness. That's not a sentiment that I've seen
That
before. I
is-
love that.
That is on this stamp. Oh, we used 3 different things.
Wow. Yeah, this is really nice. These are stamps that you don't necessarily see.
Special memory, joyful moments, my simple life.
Right. And the
And-
stamps are $21.99.
And what do we know what that's called?
This one is called Happy.
Happy. These are the latest releases that have come out from Elizabeth Crafts.
You know, if you're making a heritage album, these flourishes would be
know.
super, super
I
pretty
don't
to
think
put.
there's another die out there quite like
No,
that. We
there
have
isn't.
something on our AccuCut machine that's similar. And then we've got the bees.
Oh
my gosh.
word. The bees are back, or maybe they never left.
I don't think they ever left. So this one, the Joyful Moments is from the stamp
Oh,
set that
gosh.
Janet just showed. And then there's the bee die. It's got the little honeycomb background. It's called Layered Honeybee. And what's nice is like all your wings are on one die.
Right.
And I would use this quite a
I
bit.
love that.
And again,
Gosh.
this was done in cut on with white, and then we use Copic markers and ink to color all the yellow wings and things.
And it looks like you combined the flower from
Oh
this
my
set
God, we did.
with the what would you call that, a honeycomb?
Yeah, you know, we were lucky
I
because all
love
of this was
that.
die cut for us. Could you imagine die cutting for
Yes, I
classes
can
like
imagine
that.
that.
That's right, Janet. You've done it many
Yes.
times.
Yeah, that'd be a challenge
That's
for sure.
probably my favorite
I love
card.
this card. Yeah.
And then they had a little make and take one evening, and we made these little note cards
that is so
with
adorable.
the stamp set that goes with the bees. That's called Honeybee.
And it looks like you have like a postage stamp mat on that.
There is a brand new die called Postage Stamp, and we sold out of it yesterday, but it shipped. We also had more that shipped to us yesterday.
Ah, perfect.
So it possibly will be here tomorrow.
Yeah, I love that kind of botanical look of that, Kelly. It's
Kind of
got like
combining
that.
it with the bee
Yeah.
and things. And then you'll notice the little stamp on the edge from the stamp set too.
Right. Oh, very, very
You know, we have a
cute.
very large bee collection coming to Memory Bound from Echo Park. So I definitely think bees are all still in and doing well.
The bees never left.
So those were some cards I got to make. It was really fun
Beautiful, Kelly.
with the newest release from Elizabeth Crafts. And we have everything but one die, and that's arriving.
Awesome.
Okay,
Sounds
well,
good.
Janet, now we can go and have our Janet Day.
Let's do it.
So it's always really nice when Janet's here in the house because does amazing things, and she's so good about teaching us different techniques.
Well, thank you, Kelly. I have to say I've been super excited about this kit, and it's been done for a while, and
It's been hard.
I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, but I'm really glad that the day is here. And I don't know about you, Kelly, but when you are working with a product that just speaks to you, it just makes it super fun. And I just love
We
this
showed
product.
this product to Janet, and she immediately snatched it
I
up and
did.
said, "I'll do it."
I did. I said, okay, yes. There was no thinking about it. So this is a kit that makes 8 different cards. It's called Botanical Cards because I think that they look like
I think
they're
that's
botanical.
a great name.
And if you are a gardener, or if you're a person that loves being out in the woods and working in the dirt, you will absolutely love the images on these
They're
cards.
beautiful, and it's perfect for National Garden Month.
Yeah,
We're trying to do a lot of
exactly.
things
Yeah.
floral and, like you said, kind of nature and things for National
Right.
Garden Month.
This is the kind of gardening that I like to do that has a lot of just kind of loose, kind of old-fashioned perennial type things, and I think that's probably why it spoke to me, Kelly. So at any rate, this kit will make 8 different cards. There are 2 cards that are bigger, that are the A7 size, and we'll talk about these in more detail. Of course, Kelly, I couldn't resist making a
The
couple
slim lines. We love our slim lines.
So I just love this size. And so those fit in the craft envelopes, which I will show you in a bit. So 2 of those.
It's beautiful, Janet.
Well,
oh my
thank
gosh.
you. And then there are 4 that are regular A2 size cards. This one happens to be a sympathy card because I just felt like this color scheme, kind of the monochromatic color scheme, worked really nicely for sympathy. This one is a thank you card. And you'll see, and we'll talk about this in more detail, but some of the cards have this, it's called archival board on them, which is a different product than I had used before, and I absolutely loved how
And we're going to look for more, everybody.
Yeah, and check this out. This is like a lattice piece.
Oh,
And
that's perfect.
I just love how it fit inside that die cut. So, and it's very lightweight, it's easy to adhere. And then let's see, we've got another thank you card. So the themes for this set are friendship, thank you, sympathy, get well, birthday. So they're the kinds of cards, I tried to make them the kinds of cards that you would have a use for.
I like that when they do have something that's typical that you would use.
Right. So let's talk about what's in the kit, Kelly, shall
Let's do that. And Janet, we have a squirrel question about what kind of ink to use for Copic markers, and we recommend Memento. The Memento ink is Copic ink friendly. So that is, that's our little
That was a squirrel,
reminder. That was a
moment.
squirrel
And now
moment.
back to our regular program.
Yep. And someone answered it, I guess. So maybe I didn't need to, but All right, let's talk about the kits.
So the kit itself is $29.99, which I think is a wonderful price for everything that you get in it. There's a ton of stuff in this kit. And in terms of the materials, the supplies that you will need to make the cards, everything is pretty, what I would call normal, your normal supplies, like your trimmer, your scissors, your corner rounder. There are a couple of additional things. One is a 1 1/4 inch circle punch. And we've got those
We have
here.
lots of those in stock, so
Yeah.
if you don't have one, we've got you taken care of.
You bet. And the reason that we'll need that is on this card.
Stretch, Janet.
I got it. We're going to punch around the sentiment. And I think that's something that I often forget to do. And
It does add a lot to it.
it's just an interesting look. So we punch around that sentiment, which I gave you on your text sheet, and then matted it on the circular piece that's already included in your kit. There's just something about that circular element that I think really
like
adds
that.
to
I
the card.
agree.
So my public service announcement today, Kelly, is we should do more of that.
Well, we will. We definitely will.
So that's one more different kind of thing that you will need. And the other thing that you will possibly want, and this is kind of radical for me, Kelly, is a paper distresser.
Okay, I noticed that you did some paper distressing,
Yes,
right?
yes.
This is not Janet's norm.
It is not, Kelly. I didn't do it on all of them, but I did it on a few. This is
It
what
looks good though with this style.
Exactly. This is what the new modern tool looks like. This is what my tool looks like, and it is from 1905 or 1905. 25. No, not 1905. 2005. Back during the days of CKU. Yeah. And to use a paper distressing tool, mine works the same as the new ones, but you just run it along the edges of your paper.
It's a good basic tool, and it never really wears out. If Janet's had her since 1905, you know they last forever.
Kelly, you can tell I've been doing some heritage scrapbooking.
Yeah. And this is $6.99. This is the Tim Holtz from Tonic, and I have this at home too, and a lot of us use this here at the store.
I hope Diane is watching and is proud of me for this.
I'm proud of you.
Should be.
Janet's not usually a scrape the edge
No,
kind of gal,
I'm
so this
not.
is perfect.
And then you can take that scraped edge and you can add a little ink over the top, and that just kind of tones down that bright white color. So, and you still are left with that roughed up edge. So,
it adds dimension too, especially on the thick paper.
Exactly.
You don't think it does, but it does make
really
your paper
does.
seem like you've got it popped up or there's more dimension to it.
It really does. And this one,
You did it a lot, Janet.
oh yeah, this one I kind of even tore. I hope Maggie is watching
I
this
hope
morning.
she is too.
So, but yeah, I think it just is really nice to do with this paper, and the paper that you'll see in the kit is nice and thick. So
Janet, you're gonna love this because a couple people, Steve and Peggy, both have the 2005.
not the
Steve's
1905.
Steve's is from 1905. Peggy's is from 05.
Yeah, this
But
must
I
have been
love
a
it.
giveaway at that particular CKU, and as you can see, it lasts a long time. Not that mine gets a ton of use, but all right. So those are kind of the more unusual things that you will need in addition to your regular supplies: the 1 1/4 inch circle punch and a paper distresser, if you want. Now, let's see.
What about should we say something about Nouveau, or are you going to do that later?
Yes. Let's talk about the Nouveau drops.
Because that's something that is different than your normal. But
Right.
you might have these already, or
Right.
something that matches.
And there were a couple of colors that I included in the list, one of which is bottle green, which is this one
That's
right
a good
here.
classic. It goes with a lot.
And I think the bottle green really picks up that green in the leaf. Now, if you want a little bit more subtle green, I think you could also do this. This is olive branch, and I think that would be really pretty as well. So it's not quite as bright as bottle green. A little bit more subdued, a little bit more
Maybe
grayed.
more olivey or
Yeah,
grayish. Yeah,
exactly. So then I also used a color called Dirty Bronze, which has been discontinued, but I
I
found
know. Just the
this.
name of it alone is worthwhile.
I
I'm sorry
know.
it's discontinued.
But I found this one, which I think would be equally pretty, and this is called, it's a vintage Nouveau, and golly bee, what is this one called, Kelly?
Look on the
I should be
tag.
able
It's
to
a
see
gold.
it.
It's I'm not sure. I think it's a gold something.
Gilded gold. And Dougie has linked them for us. So
If you go to our calendar and look on today, all of these items you can click on and go right to from our calendar.
so I think that would be a pretty option as well. And then this one is bright gold.
I like that too.
And this one would work really nicely. So really,
Very nice, Janet.
you can mix
These
and
are
match.
certainly amazing.
Well, thank you, Kelly. And then in terms of ink, I did ink the edges. My go-to ink is Gathered Twigs. And I will say, Kelly, I have been using the rounded blending tool, which
Oh,
I
how do you
pulled.
like that?
I really like it. It gives...
That's the domed
Yeah.
mini ink foam that goes right on the same
Right.
tool as your regular flat one.
Right,
It's got
yeah.
goes on the Velcro.
So just like you would apply the other tool, this one just fits right on there.
So how is it different?
Well, I think it gives you fewer harsh lines. You know, when you
You don't get those circles.
right. When you apply ink with the flat pad, you can tend to get a round
right.
circle.
You didn't get a round circle at all.
But here, I just went direct to paper, and I'm not seeing any of that.
Oh my gosh.
At all.
I totally get it, because you get that round circle and you cannot get rid of it no
Cannot
matter
get rid
what
of
you
it.
do.
But you don't get that here because there's no sharp edge on the dome. So
Okay.
I do really like that. I've
So
been
that's
using
the
that quite a
mini
bit.
domed ink blending foam.
And occasionally you do need
And
to
it's
replace.
$6.99 and you're gonna get 10 different
Yeah.
foams.
And if you're like me, I tend to use a foam until it's falling
starts to
apart.
shred a little bit.
Yeah. So you do need to replace them from time to time. And I would say just pick up one of these packages the next time and see what you think.
Give it a try.
Yeah.
I agree. Those came out, and like a lot of Tim's products, we had them and then we didn't have them for a long time, and now they're back in stock.
Right. So those are the things that you'll need to make the kit. And let me show you what's in the kit.
And Janet, while you're getting that out, we've had a question about what paper line this is. And I just want to explain that we were able to get some things from 49 and Market that are no longer available. I can't even tell you for sure what the name of the collection is.
I don't know either, Kelly.
We're calling it Botanical because we think that is the perfect name for the beauty of the leaves and the flowers. So we don't have any extra paper or anything to go with it. We do have one item that Janet will show you that is really good that we have, but as far as the papers and the little chipboardy things, we don't have any extras of that
Well, let's talk.
because we have so many kits.
We do. Hopefully we've got enough for everybody. and
Yeah,
then
we've
some.
got a lot, and we have a few more coming.
So in the kit, and as I said before, it makes 8 cards. It's $29.99. You're going to get a set of instructions, which has some additional step-by-step pictures. When I'm making cards, if I think, okay, here's a step someone might have a question about, I try to include, I stop, and I try to remember to take a picture.
And that is amazing.
Well, thank you. I do hope it helps. And sometimes it's just a matter of my remembering to do it. But I hope those step-by-step pictures help for an area or a step that you might have a question about. So you've got a 4-page instruction document. You do have a cutting guide. And this is really super easy. There are several pieces of paper that you'll need to cut. And this just simply indicates how to make the cuts. So this is a 12 by 12 sheet, and you're gonna cut it straight across at 6 inches. And then you're gonna make all these additional cuts that tell you 4 by 6, 4 by 6. And then each piece is labeled with what card you'll use it for. So what I would do is just after you've made your cuts, just grab a Post-it note, label the pieces, and just make a stack. So for card number 1, you're gonna need this piece, you're gonna need this piece.
Janet, you are the cutting guide queen.
Well,
you really
thank you.
are. And you wouldn't believe all the comments about these aren't just directions, these are Janet directions.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. You know, making cutting guides is not a skill that I had on my bingo card, but
Hey, it's gonna look great though.
It's working. So I think that you'll find this one super easy to follow. And then you have big pictures, 4 on one side and 4 on the other side, so you can see how I made the cards, and of course you can switch them up as you
We used to always
like.
try to squeeze these in with the directions, and they were smaller, and now I really like that you're just going to get these big they're not full size, but Janet, they're pretty darn
They're
close.
pretty close, yeah.
Pretty close.
I
so.
do, yeah, not too far off. I do think, Kelly, and not to say that we're all getting older, but some of us are getting older. I think
Yes.
I think it's helpful to have a little bit bigger picture from time to time.
That's why I have one of those new daylight lights on my work table.
So that you can see better.
It really helps.
It makes
yes.
a huge difference. So then you've got 2 text sheets included, because you know I always like to include the text. And in this case, you've got the inside pieces for 8 cards, and 3 of them are craft, 5 of them are cream. And then I also gave you a few outside pieces that you'll use on different cards. Now we talked about,
yeah.
this card, and I made a little line around it so that you will see when it comes to this one, you're just going to take your 1 1/4 inch punch, and then you're just going to punch
it right out,
and that gives you your piece for the front of the card. So you've got the 2 sheets of greetings, inside and outside, innards and outers, and then you've got this beautiful paper, which
This is the 49 in Market.
yeah, look at that. It has just kind of a visual texture to it. It doesn't have it's a smooth surface, but it looks like it's textured. And this is super pretty. Oh, Kelly, this does
I guess
show.
it will tell us what collection.
Yeah.
But they might be a couple different collections. I don't know about the cut aparts, what they're from.
This one has a beautiful side on this side, but I didn't happen to
It just
use
says
it.
Collector's Edition, Volume
Yeah.
1, so.
I didn't happen to use this side
That's
of the
hard
paper.
not to use. That was probably hard not to use that, but the green goes better with all
Right.
what you're doing. But
Yes.
they're both beautiful.
But yes, and same here. This one had a really pretty side, and this one though matched the pieces that I was using a little bit better. So these are the 2 papers that I used. Then you're going to get this beautiful double sheet of punch out types of die cuts, and they are absolutely gorgeous. And there's 2 sheets of them. Isn't that amazing? There's
They
a lot
are. I
of
think
stuff.
this is what sold you on it,
It
wasn't
is.
Janet?
It is. So you can see, just taking these pieces, they work beautifully on cards. And then there are a lot of butterflies, which of course I love. And then a lot of the flowers, little tabs. I think there are 4 sheets of this, or 4 strips of the lace, 3 strips of the
Okay.
lace, which you can see I used on several cards. So here, and you can kind of mix and match that interchangeably. So really, really pretty stuff. But that's not all, Kelly. Then in your kit, there are 2 sheets of this. I would say it's probably 5 by 12 with the mushrooms and with the little postcards, and then with these index cards. And here you can see I used the index card on the bottom of this
you
card.
did.
Yeah. And then there's another card that I used the mushroom piece to cover the whole front of the card. So these are great, and you're going to have some extras from this as well.
Okay, Janet, we had a question about the inserts.
Yes.
So they are available. I need to go put them online, but they are available, and I'll get them set up. Diane's going to take over recording for me for a minute. The instructions are not available. We just have a policy about instructions that once the kits are sold, then we can sell the instructions, but we're not able to until the kits are sold out, which I think is going to happen for sure. So we're going to get the inserts online, and we'll get that set up right away for everybody.
So Diane is
So Diane's going to take over for a minute.
I am here.
getting herself hooked up. Meanwhile, let me continue telling you what's in the kit. In addition to all the things I've just shared, you'll also get this paper. Diane, don't you love that?
Yes,
Isn't
I
that
love
beautiful?
this paper. I love
So,
the colors
yeah.
of this. It just,
So your cutting guide will show you how to cut this to get however many cards I used it on. And then this one too. Diane, this was made for you.
Yes, it is.
I think I grabbed a couple of these.
Yeah, so this looks like the inside of a book, like a botanical kind of guide or something. So yeah, there are two of
49 and
these.
Market is just their elements.
And
And it's got a fun
see,
back
it
too.
does. And I think you're going to have an extra piece of that. So here you can see I use that on the front of a card.
Yeah,
So,
perfect.
and one of the die cut birds. And let's see what else. There's a small piece.
This is like one of those
of
kids that
this.
have fun things.
Oh gosh, yes. You can tell I had fun with this, Diane.
We've had fun kits this week.
We sure have. And then there's this beautiful,
Yeah, look at
beautiful
this.
washi tape. And I have to tell you, it goes on like butter.
Oh,
It's absolutely,
pretty
look
that
how
is.
vibrant that is. And what's great about it is you can just tear it, and it tears beautifully at the edges of your cards. So here, let me show you another place I used it. Here, and let's see, I also used it here, Diane.
Yeah.
So just
Oh my
to
gosh, I
add
love
that,
that one.
which is, yeah, it's kind of like almost like a newsprint type
Yeah.
stuff. Really, really pretty. So,
Cool.
and then this is what I just absolutely loved, this stuff. And this is called White Archival Board. And as Kelly said before, we're going to be searching for a source to get more of this because absolutely loved it. And so it's thicker. It's kind of like a chipboard.
Kind of heavy chipboard.
Yeah. And, but it punches out really nicely. So it just lifts out of these
Just
pieces.
like all the other
Yeah.
49 and Market
Yeah.
products.
But look how beautiful it looks on a card. So
So
this
there's one there,
just adds a little dimension.
and there's some there.
So here I just laid two pieces over the top of this die cut, and I just think it adds that little
Die cut is
extra.
pretty cool too.
Yeah, and I just love the additional
Yeah.
dimension that it gives. So in terms of adhering,
And look at the lace.
oh, isn't that beautiful?
It is.
And you know what? You
It's
can just cut
gorgeous.
this with your scissors. I guess I put it on this way. You can just cut it with your scissors. So here, I just measured off
Yeah,
4 and
how
just
fun.
sliced it. So yeah, super easy to use. This is the
I
lattice.
Love that.
I know, Diane, I thought of you as I
Love
was making
that.
this card because I thought, oh gosh, there's Diane's lattice.
You know, when this came in, I wasn't too
Yeah.
excited, but boy, when you see it on
Yeah.
something, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, so this card has this
Love
frame.
that card.
Thank you. This frame is from this sheet,
Yeah.
and then this lattice is from this, and then I love this size flower
Yeah.
in the frame, so I just added.
And that was a punch out.
Yes, it was.
Yep.
So beautiful, beautiful stuff. So those are the fun goodies, and then you're going to get ribbon, which you'll use a couple of times, and twine, which you'll also use
There
a
is
couple
twine
of times.
under there too,
Oh, yes,
I
it
think.
is. It is
You
hiding
get it
under
both
there.
on one.
Right.
little spool.
And then you're going to get the envelopes and the card bases for 8 cards. And as I said before, you're going to be making 2 cards that are the 5x7 size, which is this size. And then you're going to be making 2 that are the slim lines, and those will be cut down from the 5x7 cards. And then you'll make 4 of the others.
Okay, we have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think the board will go through the mail? Okay.
I do. It's not that. It's really not that thick. It's not any thicker than a popped up.
It's
if that.
fragile, but it's not real fragile, right?
No. You know, if you were concerned, one thing that you could do is flip around your card like this, or you could just add an additional piece of cardstock when you put it in the envelope on the front, if you were
Okay.
concerned. But
We're
I don't.
calling it archival boards.
White archival board is what they call it.
Okay.
And we're going to
I
look
don't
for
know
a
if I've ever
source.
heard that term.
No, we're going to look for a source for that because.
Mente and Stempria.
Alrighty.
Carry it.
So those are the items that are included in your kit. And
Okay,
there's
I think we've answered all the questions so far. Okay,
the great news is that we were able to put a few more of these online. So since we don't have all the other papers, this would get you started with
Yes,
your own
definitely.
because this is kind of like the key thing. And
There's
then-
2 sheets in there,
Yes,
and it's $3.99.
correct. And so you could make a ton of extra cards with this.
I
And
was looking at it for a mini
It
album.
would be a beautiful
Yes,
garden album.
yes, I might have to try that.
So we put out on the calendar for today some coordinating color vibe cardstock
Perfect.
to match
And look
this.
how pretty those colors
Aren't
are.
they pretty with this?
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to pick up an additional sheet
Can we
like
tell them
this,
the names?
you bet. Then you can absolutely do so. And this one is olive,
Okay, olive.
and this one is mustard.
Okay, mustard.
Then we've got that peach, which is called
Apricot.
apricot. We have oatmeal,
I love that color.
mine too, my favorite, and then avocado.
Avocado.
These are
So
pretty much
there's-
all good
there's
things to
eat. There are 5 different colors
Yeah.
that they have picked out.
Yeah.
So if you want to make additional cards, or if you do want to make a mini album of some kind, those would
That
be
would
your
be
go-to
fabulous.
cardstock.
What I would say is if you are looking to make more cards, you could also pick up a pack of the 5x7 card bases and the 5x7 envelopes together. This
Which is such a great deal.
Oh, it's a terrific deal. If you make a lot of cards like I do,
Yes.
have them on hand. There was once upon a time, Diane, where I thought, oh, I'll just cut my own card bases.
Yeah, we used to.
Nah, not anymore. Not that now that these are available. And then definitely, if you like A2 cards, get yourself a package of these as well. We've
And
got 'em
cards and envelopes.
together, yeah. And you've got 50 pieces in here, and the price is great. Although these are not
Yeah,
priced.
they're pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
$6.99 maybe.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
Yeah.
And then I also love
Yeah.
the craft. These are called
I order these in
Slimline.
for Janet all the time.
Well, I tell you what, they are my favorites, and they fit perfectly the size of card. And if you have an A7 or an A7 card base, you can make this size card by just cutting it down to 3.5 inches wide. So very, very simple.
Okay, a couple of things.
Yes.
Denise, I use a dry embossed piece of cardstock inside all of my envelopes to protect the
That's a
embellishments.
good
So there
idea.
you go. Juanita, yes, there are bundles left from the wallflower bundles. We found more of the paper packs in Doug and Kelly's garage. So they are back online and can be ordered either online or over the phone. What is the name of the 2-page ephemera pack? Well, it's $49 in Market Botanical, and there is the barcode there. So if you put in that barcode, that 931579, that will come up, and it is online under 49 in Market Botanical.
Or if you just go to today's calendar.
There you go.
There is a link.
And that's an easy way. Do you want to
Yes.
explain that? I
Yes.
love that.
Yeah, it's a super handy feature on
Yes.
our website. If you go out to the main page of our website, which has shopping and all of that, there's a button or a tab that says calendar, and all of our daily demos are listed. So you'll get typically a sneak peek picture, and then all of the products that we're using or featuring that particular day. And if there's a kit involved, like there is today, the kit will also be linked. So
That's awesome.
which
I
is
keep forgetting
helpful.
about that feature,
Yes.
but it's awesome.
So like today, all of the products that you would need to make the cards in the kit are also linked. So you can just
Perfect.
click on anything that maybe you don't have a paper distressor. Just click on that and it goes right directly into your shopping cart.
Oh, awesome.
So it makes it super easy. So we did add all of this color vibe cardstock to today's calendar along with this piece as
Okay,
well. So
perfect.
everything, it should be one-stop shopping, as they say. Since the linker is not here.
Yeah.
The linker is here and not there.
And she's not drinking today.
Not drinking. Oh my gosh, Diane. I have to be careful with my linking and drinking because the other day, I don't know what happened, but I spilled all of my
Oh,
coffee
no.
all over my keyboard. and it
Oh,
was
yeah.
Luckily, it
Oh.
didn't happen during the video, or I would have been in trouble.
That I'm always afraid of doing.
So be careful.
That's
If
the
my
extra one.
substitute linker today is linking and drinking, be careful.
Okay, so Vicky says, my postmaster will charge more, even charge me extra for one with a gift card inside. Wow.
Holy moly, I've not heard of that.
No, it said it wouldn't go through the routing machines anymore. I said, well, think I will hand deliver them, but dropped them in a regular post mailbox and they were fine.
You know,
Yeah. I think unless they're really thick,
Yeah, I haven't had any trouble.
No.
Now, if you stack 2 Pop Dots, then you're gonna probably get into extra.
but not with a gift card.
No, I don't even know how they would know that there's a gift card
Yeah.
unless they're feeling it.
Yeah.
But one handy tip, and I think it was Lori, our guest Lori, shared last week, you can get a free template at the post office.
Oh,
for
yes.
figuring
Yes.
out if something will go for regular postage. But if you don't have that, which I do not, you've got a regular trimmer with a track like this, you should be able to stick your card in between. And if it fits in between, this one has a wire, so it's a little harder to do. But if it fits in between that little
Yeah.
gap, then it should go for the same regular postage. See how
Okay.
that goes right
Yep,
through?
yep.
That should fit in their machine. So this
Okay.
is a good kind of facsimile of the
Okay,
machine at
perfect.
the post office. So that should help a little bit.
Okay, Angie is late, so we are talking with Janet today. She is launching her 49 in Market Botanical card kit, which has 8 cards.
8 cards,
and it is $29.99.
Which is a tremendous
Yes,
price, Diane,
and
for
the
all
cards
the
are
stuff.
just so cool.
Well, thank you. You know,
So cool.
when you're
the
working with
colors
products that
and-
you love, it just makes such a
It does, and
such a
Janet and I
difference.
have talked about this a lot.
Oh, for sure.
That we have trouble designing if we don't really like the product, number one, and color, number 2.
Exactly. I've determined that Diane and
Yes.
I are both color sensitive.
Yes, we are.
And sometimes,
Yep.
it's usually like if I'm working on a project and something is just not clicking for me, it's almost always a color issue.
And sometimes she brings it back.
Yeah, I do.
She does.
I do.
Not very often, but occasionally she will say, I just can't
Just
do
couldn't
it.
do it.
And that's, okay. Okay.
But I think in order, and it's the same if you're making stuff for yourself, you want it to be something that you love and are happy
Yes.
with when you're done. And so it's always important
Definitely.
to purchase products, to choose products that speak to you.
And that's part of the fun of why we do this is because we enjoy it first, but working with fun product is a plus too. I mean,
Exactly.
I just love working with that wallflower stuff that we had, and it was so much fun.
Well,
it is. And
well-
Lori is linking today, so
Oh,
thank
bless
you
your
very
heart.
much,
Thank
Lori.
you, Lori. Yeah, I think to me the product makes the cards in this case for sure. Sure, I designed the cards, but the product is really what makes them, I think, special.
Yeah.
So definitely when you are shopping for yourself, I think it helps to find something that you just absolutely love. And I think that people tell you that if you're shopping for your home too.
Oh, yes.
If you see something that speaks to you and you're
Yeah.
not exactly sure where you would use it, you should buy it anyway, and you'll figure that out.
Yes.
So
Sometimes you got to live with it for a while.
Right.
They are saying Melissa said that she did not know about the calendar, and she
great.
said that is going to be so helpful. So,
Exactly.
yes, we need to
Yes.
mention that probably more often than we do, that
Right.
feature is available.
And
so.
I try to post a link to that
Oh,
in
yes.
every day's video.
If you're not following Janet on our blog, she does an absolutely fabulous job
thank you,
on our
Diane.
blog, and she pretty much does every morning video that we do. Occasionally she doesn't, but that's okay. But there's a lot of information out there, a lot of pictures. If you're wanting pictures of any of these products, like of these cards, they will be on the blog.
Right. Thank
So,
you, Diane.
yeah.
I really enjoy writing. And it doesn't seem like anybody else is clamoring to do that.
You have job security, Janet.
So I'm happy to do it. It's really fun for me. So after every video, we take pictures of the products
Yep.
for the day, and then we link all the supplies that you would need or that were featured that particular day. So it's turned into a really good resource for us.
Yes, and we have learned a lot in this process.
Yes,
I mean, we've been
yes.
doing this now, what, for 3 years maybe? And we have at times gotten our act together and other times not.
Well, even if you're just stumped for kind of creative inspiration, you can go out to the blog, and we've set it up with different categories down the right-hand side of the page. So there's a whole category for just tags.
Teresa,
And there's a category
you might have
for
a
mini
shopping
albums.
issue again.
There's a category for scrapbooking, and you can just click one of those categories, and it will show you all the posts that are related to that. And then you'll just by looking through those posts, you can get inspired and kind of get your mojo back.
Okay, well, I am sorry to say we are having online problems again like we did on Monday.
Oh no.
If you are trying to place an order, evidently the credit card issue is back, and you are not able, your order is not able to go through. So again, please be patient. Doug is, I think he went home. I think he's probably on his way back. We will again try to get that issue taken care of. Again, just call. We have 3 phone lines.
Operators are standing by.
Operators are standing by, definitely. And again, we apologize. It's so frustrating that happens when people are trying to order. So
Right. We surely don't
we
want that.
will definitely try to get that done. Okay, we have another linker, Cheryl.
Oh,
thank
you so much.
Yes,
Really,
thanks, ladies.
Truly appreciate it.
Let's see, what else do we have here? There's a special stamp for non-machinable mail. It's purple with butterfly. It's a little over $1. Okay, that's from Elena. Went to Ankeny post office and got mine. The man said, "Wow, we've been giving a lot of these out." I love
That's
it.
the best.
Thanks to Lori.
There's a run on these, and we just don't know why. Oh, Diane, I have a couple things I forgot to show.
Yes, you can say, and I'll keep going through.
All right. Okay, one thing I wanted to mention, just in case there's anybody who's new to this, but probably by now I've converted y'all to this. If you have a 5x7 card base, A7 card base, you can make this size card simply by cutting it down. So I just folded in half an A7 card base, and I'm gonna cut it down to 3.5 inches wide. So all you're gonna do is put this in your trimmer with the fold at the 3.5 inch mark, and then just make that cut. So that gives you this size, and it fits perfectly in these wonderful envelopes that Diane continually orders
Yes,
for
I
me.
love them.
So, and I love the craft with this collection.
Yes, it's perfect, and they're just a nice weight.
They are. Now, we have tried, but cannot get these exact envelopes in other colors.
Or in bulk
Yeah,
either.
no.
They don't come in packages. We can only sell them individually.
So just the craft. So, but I think they're great. And so if you've got the size card base, you can make the slimline cards that fit in them. So the other thing that I brought along, I wanted to show everyone the difference in these corner rounders, because this is a great little set that we sell here. And I have this at home. It has 2 sizes, but you might not be sure of what size they make. And there really is a
Sometimes
difference.
I just have to punch them. And
Right. So this is the one that says 1/2 inch. And when I'm using a corner rounder, I always turn my
Yep,
punch over
yep.
so that you can see through the back. And there's like a little, kind of a little guide inside there. So you want to make sure that your corner is nicely seated in the corner there. And this is the smaller one.
Okay.
So this is 1/2 inch. This is the, I guess it says 1 inch. So let's open this one up. I love that they fold flat for storage.
Yeah,
You see how they
that's pretty
snap
cool.
shut. So for the 1 inch, again, you're gonna turn your punch over and situate your corner directly in the corner of the punch, and you can see the difference between the two. So for corner rounding, I would typically use the bigger of the two.
Bigger one. Okay.
It depends on the situation, but typically the one that I reach for is the 1 inch.
Okay.
So
perfect.
that's just a tip about
tip.
that. And I think that's all I
Okay,
have,
well, we
Diane.
have some more questions
Yes,
or
of course.
comments.
Yes.
Thanks for all the info this morning. Very inspirational.
Great.
Jerry, I used the blog this morning to find the video dates for a couple products I purchased. And it was
Great.
so easy.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, the other thing about the blog, if I
Yes.
could just jump
Yes.
in. We have made it very easy to follow our blog now. If you go out to our blog and you're on the first page of it, at the top there is a tab that Doug added for subscribing.
Oh,
So
perfect.
subscribe, you'll be asked to enter your email address, and then every time we post, you'll get an email notification.
Okay, that's awesome. So good to know about the calendar. I was rewatching the videos to get the product names I wanted to order. Okay, there again is her cards. I had my order spin for quite a while, then it went through. Okay, so I received my confirmation emails, so maybe they have it fixed. So again, if you were having trouble, maybe go out and come back into your computer. And they say the blog is awesome.
Oh,
So
thank you.
okay, so
you.
I think we are good for today. Again, the card kit is the Botanical card kit. It is $29.99. Let's see, the Nouveau drops she used. And I think we are good. Oh, and again, the extra piece that you can purchase are the die cuts that were a lot of the base, not the bases, but the main focal point
Right.
of her cards. So,
And again, if you go out to the calendar, that piece is linked as well
Okay.
as the matching color vibe
Okay.
cardstock.
well, hopefully if you're doing an online order, you can get through. If not, please give us a call. We have 3 phone lines, so we can get everybody taken care of today. So have a happy Thursday, and we will see you tomorrow for Kelly.
I'm going to be here tomorrow.
Okay, here's Kelly is back.
So we got a new coaster kit and a new tool from
Oh, yeah.
Spellbinders that we want to show you.
That will be
that's-
so much
oh,
fun.
Yeah, you're going to love it.
I was amazed. I really was.
And I'm on the phone right now to our help desk. So we're trying to
Okay,
get things
so
fixed.
Somebody's order did go through. It was spinning for a
Yeah,
while.
a lot of
and-
orders are coming through, but we're even
Okay.
having trouble here at the store at the
Okay.
registers.
Okay.
So just give us a call if we can't get
We're
you
sorry.
checked out. We will get the product that you need. So, okay. I think
right.
that we're signing off for a Thursday. Thanks,
Thanks,
Very good.
Janet.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.